Hello, everyone. I see our mics moving, so I think that means we have sound. We're a little late today because I was casting over on the ICL. So hopefully. Oh, I love it. We have sound. That's great to see. I see confirmation. We've done it. Can you check that you have sound?
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Hello out there. Hello. It's me. God, I'm a moron. That's a very old reference. There, yeah, you picked a much newer reference, and I'm like, meh, let's go old school.
It's just what you're used to.
Yeah, it is. Hello, friends. How was everybody's week? I feel like we're in that weird time where, like, we had some events this past weekend, so not that we're, like, completely dead, but set champs kind of we're done with set champs. We're shifting into Wilds Unknown. Yeah.
We're just waiting.
It's waiting.
Almost time.
I want to rip packs so bad. My hands are ready. I'm ready to manifest Merida in my boxes.
Yep. For me, it's okay, the next set's about to come out, so I need to organize all my cards from the last 3 sets that I haven't organized yet that I don't have anywhere to put before I get more cards and still don't have anywhere to put anything.
Hi, Kylie. I'm so glad that you're on YouTube and can chat with us. And we're done giving you a hard time for not being able to get Twitch to work for you.
You did it. We're proud of you.
I was lucky enough the past 2 days got to cast over on the ICL, so big shout out to Wonder. Thank you for that. It's been very fun. I've been enjoying it. I've gotten to cast quite a few times this season, and that's been fun. It makes up for our team couldn't manage to get enough people on the same schedule to play in the ICL this season, which is fair. Life happens. You need to do big kid jobs to play for cool card games.
Yeah, life. Unfortunately, they do want you to spend money on the cards.
I know.
To get them. They won't just give them away for free.
Sadly, they give them away to some people. We just haven't gotten our PR box yet. One can hope, one can dream. One day, maybe they'll like us enough to send us one.
One day, hopefully. And then we can open up an iconic on stream. Yeah. Shiny cards.
Shiny cards. We love them. I have been able to play test also a ton this week because apparently I have gone into full gremlin mode and I'm like Lorcana all the time, which is funny because I did do non-Lorcana things this weekend too. You did a lot of non-Lorcana things.
I did everything non-Lorcana.
Yeah. You had fun in Atlanta this weekend, but we won't talk about why you were there because boo other card games. Just kidding. We love other card games.
We went for the aquarium.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. No notes.
It is a really great aquarium. I have been playtesting with the new set. I have been playtesting mainly in the Infinity format because I am already trying to be locked in for DLC Indie. So I have been practicing. I was trying out a burn deck with Amethyst, Emerald. Because we've talked about how that's kind of like my no-brain deck.
Yeah.
So I was just like trying it out and seeing what it was like in the Infinity format. At least my list that I've been practicing with, not it. So if you have enjoyed playing Burn, you're gonna have to cook a little more. There's just too much board wipe and too many things that manage against it. Yeah, way too well. So definitely go back to the drawing board if you are thinking about Burn for Infinity. There's obviously the option to go like the aggro Amber Steel route, and I think that's not a bad route, but I think we're still in like the cooking phase.
My typical strategy is to see what everyone else is playing and then just play whatever beats that. I'm like, okay, I just don't want to lose to this deck.
And that's fair. I think that's a really good point to bring up. So I think we've talked a lot before, big events, about goals and Lorcana, and like what our goals personally are, what some of our guest goals are that we've had on. When we had Melissa on from TFM, we talked about this a good bit. I know personally for my goals for Indy, it is to day 2. That was initially my goal for Richmond, but I made a really bad mistake of changing my deck at midnight. So that did not happen. But we pivot. It's okay when we don't. I think I learned a very important lesson, and that's you should stick to what you know and what you put your time into practicing before a big event. Don't get in your head too much.
Yeah, don't psych yourself out.
Yes, exactly. So I think that's good, and it's very funny. We were talking about goals a little bit today and like bucket lists. And one of our friends made a bucket list for what they want to do when we go to nationals and get to go to Disneyland. And we were like, wait, but we have to get to Indy first. So I made a bucket list for Indy, and the first was day 2, and the second was do not
change your
deck at midnight. So I know for sure I will be accomplishing the second one. We're gonna work really hard to try to accomplish the first one.
Yeah, my main goal for Indy is just do better than the last ones. I'm like, listen, if I can just do better each time, eventually I'll get where I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's just my goal. It's like, you know what? I have a small child that has now decided to require a lot more of my time than he used to, as they grow up, unfortunately. So, you know what? My goals are going to be there, a little bit smaller steps, but we're still going to be taking steps. That's where I'm at.
But you brought up how sometimes you'll say, oh, hey, I really don't like losing to X deck. And that's not a bad, like, if you are newer to Lorcana, newer to trading card games, setting a goal as simple as, like, hey, I want to build my deck so I make sure if I pair into, we'll use my example of my most hated deck, which is the Ruby Sapphire items build. My goal is to not to lose to that deck. So, back in set 8, I played in a tournament, and that was my goal. I was like, I don't want to ever lose to this deck again. So what I did was I teched in cards so I never lost in that matchup.
Yep.
And it did the trick. I didn't do that. So I think that's not a bad goal.
The only thing that I will say of notes of someone that this is my goal is like how someone that's consistently is just like, you know, I'm just not going to lose to this deck, is sometimes you're like, you know what, Dogs is popping right now, it's winning everything, I'm just not going to lose to Dogs. What is the most like, okay, how can I handle Dogs and how can I mostly handle this other deck? Mm-hmm. And that's what I went with for Hunter Burton. And ask me how many dog matchups I got paired into.
None. Zero. That is the problem, because when you tech to not go into something, that is in fact, or tech to go into something, you will not see that. So sometimes it's good luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say, hey, I don't want to lose to that. And then you don't ever see it.
You don't see it. The bad thing was it was around me the entire day, but it was always at the table next to me.
Yes.
I was always like, can we just switch? Like,
and someone brought up, we have a friend that constantly tells us, just win.
Yeah, just win.
Just win. Which is also not a bad mindset, but sometimes you don't win. It is a reality of trading card games.
Yeah. But you know what? That person got told over the weekend quite a few times to just win, and it made me feel vindicated.
Oh, that's great. I love that. A little taste of his own medicine.
Aha.
So we talked a little bit about goals. What I've been testing. That was what got us on that conversation.
Distracted.
I have been testing Steel Song because I've been in the... Would that be... No, actually, for this time, it was not Mo.
But that is a very Mo thing to say.
No. Mandy says it to Mo, which I love
fair.
that. That's great advice. Mo should just win. And I'm totally
the expectation for Mo is to just win.
Yeah.
He did that to himself. That's his own fault.
Yeah, it's his own fault.
He set the bar high.
But but I have been testing mainly in Infinity. I haven't done a ton of core. I think I've played like 5 core games, but because the next big event I have is going to be Indie, I have to actually look at the schedule, which, speaking of, let's take a gander. Yeah, Sharp is after. So yes, the only thing I have coming up is Indie. So that is Infinity. There are a couple events between now and then that are core. I know that Enchanted Citrus Clash, that is Infinity. We do have DCI the weekend after Indie, so you're gonna have to do a switch. You're gonna play Infinity and then go into core, but I will not be playing for DCI, so I luckily can focus solely on Infinity and think of everybody that has to play the next weekend at DCI and play at Indie. Their brains are just gonna be like, ooh, I don't know. I've totally lost my noggin. That noise was wild.
Goofy took over for a minute. It's fine.
Okay.
Sorry. It's okay. I offered up my house, so for DCI, like the week of, my sister-in-law, her husband, and a lot of their team are coming in from Colorado for the DCI.
Okay, awesome.
And so my house is going to be like a
my house will also
core
be
constructed play zone.
My house will also be a boarding zone, but it's only one person so far, and that's Melissa.
That's fair. We're gonna have a lot. Our house is gonna be full. We're maximizing our space.
I love to see it. We love to see a community event and outside people traveling all the way from Colorado.
Yeah, lots of, like, think, like, their whole team is registered. It's, like, at, like, 8 of their...
That's awesome.
8 people, I think, outside of just Katie and Carl, so 10. I hope that
they all wear all their Hey Hey stuff, because I love that. Do they have the Hey Hey hats?
I know Katie does, because Katie wears it whenever she plays, so that way Carl can always find her.
I love that. Bri's sister and brother-in-law, it's Joey's sister.
Yeah.
You get it. Her family.
Yeah.
They live in Colorado, and they are on a team called the Hey Hey Makers. Right?
Yes.
It was like I said that right. They have awesome play mats that they play on. They also, wait a minute, sorry. I just saw in chat, and it's going to completely sidetracked me. There are only 2 tickets left for DCI. That's wild. We'll come back to that, because I do know that we should be shortly getting a lot more people into the chat. So I will throw out to the group that there are only 2 left once we have the rest of the DCI group join us, because I know Wonder mentioned rating us if we were still live when the ICL finished up,
which
we should be, and that is insane that there are only 2 tickets left. But the Hey Hey Makers have awesome playmats. Their jerseys are pretty cool, and if you've ever seen anyone, because there's a couple Hey Hey teams that have from Disney. I think it's from Disneyland. It is not from a U.S. park. I think it's from Japan.
I think it's from Japan
or China. That
I think it's Japan, because I think Katie got hers while they were in Japan.
Okay, it is a Hey Hey like hat. Now this is like next level ears. Actually, we have the power to do this thing called Google it. It's this guy.
Yes.
Because
I know Katie has it, because I have a picture of Deckard literally wearing it.
Also love that. But we will not share Deckard on screen. As much as we love him and he's adorable, he doesn't need to be on the internet that much. So this is the Hey Hey hat. Oh gosh, it's bringing us to a random blog. I didn't want that.
images.
Yeah, it's this thing that my mouse is circling. It's delightful. It's obnoxious and wonderful.
And huge.
And huge. Fabulous. And you can find it. It's kind of like, we always joke with, like, TFM, their jerseys this season are that neon green color, and it's so easy to find them at events because of it. The Hey Hey hat is a very similar vibe.
Yeah, 100%. That's their easy to spot them. Because it, like, goes around their whole head. It's literally, so it's, like, this big. Like,
they're huge.
We put it on my small child, and it was, like, half of his body.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's wonderful. So I'm excited for them to come out for that, for the ECI. I'm also just genuinely excited for Lorcana the next few months. This set I feel like set 12 or set 11 got me more excited about Lorcana. Like,
yeah,
there are so many decks that are viable right now. Obviously, like, we hear a lot about how, like, repressive dogs can be, but I think, like, it is really cool that right now you could have gone to a set champs over the last month and played just about anything and had a good time and probably made it to top 8.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really good place for the game to be. So I'm excited with sort of I don't want to say the introduction of Infinity, because obviously Infinity has been here for a hot minute, but I think this is the first time that we've gotten...
like, really big, and everyone's really like, okay, like, it's been leading up to this.
Yes, exactly. It's the first time that we've really shifted gears to focus on Infinity over Core in the competitive, like, space.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see, like, what decks come out. I mean, I've been testing... I told Bri, I think I've probably played almost 100 to 150 games this week, and it has been a blast. I have played into all sorts of decks, everything from, you know, your typical discard Emerald Steel to Amethyst Steel to Ruby, Sapphire, like, you name it, I have seen it. And it is really fun to sort of start getting those reps in and seeing what people are playing and sort of, I think, you know, we've got about a month until Enchanted Citrus Class, which is going to be our first big Infinity event. Mm-hmm. And I think that, and I should say, I say first, I am terrible. We have a list of North America events, but they're absolutely, I'm sure there's European more events that are also happening between now and the Citrus Clash that are Infinity. So I'm super excited to see what comes out of those events and what we see kind of pull ahead, because I think that's obviously going to shape the meta. It's cool to be playing a game that we're seeing it progress. Yeah. Like, where other games, obviously, like,
they're pretty set. Like, we're in the new phases of a game, which there's not really a ton of newer TCGs that get to stick around for very long.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get to, for Infinity, we're playing with 12 sets of cards. So I made this PSA, and I'll make this PSA again. I'll try to do it in my PSA-esque voice. I would like to ask the Lorcana community, please spend a few hours, and maybe even, like, multiple times, like, maybe one night a week, reading through Lorcana cards. Not the ones you play, all the other ones you don't play.
There's so many.
In Dreamborn. And kind of ponder all of those cards, because I would really like for the challenge in Indy, I would like every round to not be 2 hours, because every single game goes to rounds and turns.
Because no one knows what any cards
Because
do.
everybody has to read cards. Also, it would be your benefit for managing time that you do that. So please, read cards. Remember what they do. so we
Yeah.
don't have to read every single card that gets played. Play some Infinity. Remember the cards from set 1 that you have long forgotten, or maybe didn't even see play because of
How hard it was to get
how hard it was to get product, and even just like it not being meta at the time. But now that we have so many more sets of cards to
all of these
mix
cards
in.
actually play really well with this. It's not just Maui that I have to remember from set 1.
Yes. So, because truthfully, that's something that I have been reminded of, that I have forgotten cards, even in this short period of time. I was playing and you had the bounce package, and I was like, oh, hey, thought I was going to get to banish that character. Definitely not, because you're going to bounce it, and I forgot. I forgot that you have that.
Bouncing with the Cheshire Cat. I'm so excited.
I am excited for that. That is the next deck that I want to build. So I will probably look to build I know you'll love this, an Amethyst Emerald deck.
Yep.
That's the dirty look I was expecting.
We hate it.
We love
She says,
it.
you get no hand, I play cards. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yep. So that's probably the next deck that I'll look to play and build out and practice with. I have enjoyed Dale in my Steel Song deck because making Rapunzel a 5/5 body
Busted.
is busted. Also, better than that, do you know what is more busted?
Oh, no.
Making Ariel Sonic Warrior the 3/8, an 8/8, and then
Ooh.
so taking whatever you want out, because truthfully there's just nothing on the board that's living to that, and then coming back and
I'm
healing.
gonna play 10-10 Goofy just to
just to spite
just to spite you.
Then healing her with Rapunzel.
Healing her with Ohana though, even better. Because then you get to draw even more cards.
Yes,
but you
but
don't have a body.
It's
but
also
still,
it's also not an
I'm gonna be able to
action.
heal all of the things.
It's an action and not a song, though, is our problem there, and our uninkable count is already really high. We cannot play it.
This is where I get fixated. Where the last time I played Infinity and I ended up playing Oops All Amethyst, because I was like, I just want to bounce the cards, and I like Demona, and I like this, and then all my cards are Amethyst, other than Curse Merfolk. Oops.
So yeah, I am excited for that. It's been really, really fun. I cannot express like how much fun I am having with Lorcana right now.
Infinity is fun just because, like you said, there's so many cards that are out, and there's so many cards that we don't think of. Like, we obviously standout cards we think of are going to be like Rapunzel and the Maui and the things, but like you said, going through and like, oh wait, this card that really was not good in set 3 actually might really work with this set 12 combo.
Absolutely.
And it just took this long for us to see it because they got separated, and it was like, oh, wait a second, this could be actually really fun. And I'm excited for I feel like there's a part of Lorcana where it's like you get into a point where you're seeing the same 3 to 4 decks at this point, where you're like, okay, I know the lines, I know what's happening, and you kind of start to fall into your pattern. And it's exciting to be at a point where we're like, okay, we're gonna get into something all new, a whole new format, all new cards, all new everything.
Yes.
It's shiny and sparkly and new.
And
we're going to Disneyland when we're used to Disney World.
Yes. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. So this weekend we did have some events, and we will talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, what everybody's been talking about. There were a few incidents caught on stream. We had the double ink incident. We'll briefly talk on that. I feel like a lot of people have chatted about it, so we really, like, it's been dissected. We don't need to dive into it too much, but I do think it's worth covering a little bit. So Zan obviously went and took the DLC with dogs this past weekend down in Brazil, and that was, I mean, dogs did what dogs does.
I mean, someone winning 3 DLCs in a row is impressive in itself. As a player, like, I mean, that's his 3rd DLC. I give him props for that. Like, that's a feat.
Absolutely. But then we did have an incident, so it wasn't in the finals, it was in the semifinal, quarterfinals. I don't know. It was in Top Cut, though, where we had a player get, I think it was a game loss from inking twice. And there's been a lot of discord on, like, that, and I don't really necessarily want to focus on the potential of, like, did he cheat, did he not cheat? I think it's good practice. I typically try to make sure that I personally, if I ink, keep the card face up until the end of my turn. Because I've made the mistake before where I've accidentally inked twice. And it very
or
much...
I've forgotten to ink because I wasn't sure. And I'm just like, I don't remember if I did or not, so I'm just not going to.
Right. And so I think it is a very valid thought process that, like, it is something you're really concentrated on the game. You're looking at your hand. You go, okay, I want to play this card, so I'll ink, play the card. Oh, wait, shoot, I already inked. And I think when you play with the card you inked face up that turn, it makes solving the problem very easy. So if you make the mistake, it's super easy to take it back and clean it up with a judge call. And it also makes it less likely that you make that mistake because the card is face up and you can see that you inked or didn't ink. Obviously, for instances where you have a card like Tipo, that's not going to be like your actual ink for turn. It's more when you are inking for turn, keeping that card face up, because obviously with Tipo you're face down, exerted, it doesn't matter.
And what I do whenever I do play Tipo too is, like, if I've inked for turn to play the Tipo and then I ink with the Tipo, that one still goes on top of the other, so I can follow the sequence of my cards. So it's just like, okay, I inked for turn, okay, then I played the Tipo with these, and then this came down from that, so that way I can look at it and know exactly where it went.
And obviously it's something that comes with time in a TCG, that you become more comfortable with playing, and potentially you should be making less mistakes the more comfortable and confident you are. But I think sometimes in higher stress scenarios, you can potentially make a mistake still.
I mean, we're all human.
So that's, I think, our 2 cents on the topic.
Everyone's human.
Everyone's human, and
be
play
kind
with your ink face up until the end of your turn, and then flip it and pass turn.
Yeah, and be kind.
That too.
Always just be kind.
Yeah.
You know?
Being a good human is free. It's a free action.
Yeah.
Also, calling a judge is a free action.
Yes, it is. Very easy. Also, take-backs are allowed in Lorcana. I have to constantly remind myself that.
They are.
Take-backs are allowed.
They are allowed. You should always call a judge.
Yeah, always.
Always call a judge, because they are allowed in a very specific scenario and way.
Yeah. So it gets confusing. So if you're not sure, always call the judge.
Yep.
But there are some things where it is allowed. But if you're not sure, just always call, because there's judges for that.
Yep. So that event, obviously, there were a lot of people that competed in it from, like, the North America that we were very familiar with. So it was fun to watch this weekend and follow their journeys. We also had 2 events over in Europe. We had Stockholm and Bordeaux. So also, if I said that, if I completely butchered that name, no, I didn't. You didn't hear me butcher it. I said it correctly. But you can tell me in chat, and I'll fix it for next time, so I don't.
Pretty sure that's right, Bordeaux.
I think so too. Sure mainly right. Because of wine is the only reason I think I know
why
how
I'm
to pronounce it.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Like, that's maybe after a few glasses, it's right. But
exactly.
Either way, it's right.
So for Stockholm, we saw Blurple take that. Top 3 there was, which I guess, the people at home, we have a screen to share that you can see what we're looking at. So we saw here, ignore the ads that are too many. Get us closer to the camera so we're not still. Bri is tracking.
Ow,
yeah,
I'm
and
old.
now she's like, "Oh, I'm old." So we had Blurple take first place, and then a Sapphire Emerald deck take second, and an Amethyst Steel with third, and the final top 4 deck was another Amethyst Steel. So really, it's funny when I look at this, I'm like, oh yes, third and fourth place were both Amethyst Steel. They lose to the top 2 decks. Like, those are really tough
Checks
matchups if they get the cards that they need, and Amethyst Steel doesn't draw perfectly. So definitely checks out for this top 4. Let's take a gander. This, I mean, what you expect, obviously, in some of these events, when you are playing for CCQ, there's only one spot. It's one spot. It's win or bust. So for this first place deck, we saw that they went 13-0-1. And let's take a look at it. See if it was a traditional build. Yeah, so really a pretty traditional build for Blurple. We've seen Iago's pop back into the Blurple mix, as well as Tigger's, and I think that these are both amazing cards right now.
The Scuttle is the one that I always forget about.
Oh yeah, actually that is a little bit of a text
that's
card.
the 10% spice.
Yeah, that is the 10% spike with that Scuttle. But really great card there. Great in the mirror and great into any of the steel matchups.
Yeah.
Because it avoids any actions with that.
And he
ward.
quests for 2.
He quests for 2 and has a great stat line of 5/5. Like, it's just a really strong card. But this Tigger, so this 4-drop Tigger that bounces a card back to your opponent's hand, really, really powerful. It really cuts off your opponent's lines and makes them have to reevaluate what they want to do in the game, because you have basically said, oh, okay, you want to play that? Okay, it can go back to your hand. Now what are you going to do? If you wanted to, like, for example, in the Amethyst Steel matchup, you bounce a card back, and now they cannot sing Strength on turn 3 because they no longer have 3 characters on board to make that a powerful turn. So.
Tigger and Kit are gonna make me so sad. Tigger, Kit, bouncing them back with the fox and the snake, and I'm just gonna cry. I'm having an existential crisis at the moment. Like, in my head, I'm just like, oh no, 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 no. No.
That's definitely something to think about. It is fun looking as we're like at the end of a set, and then we're going into not only a new set, but like a new set and a new format where we bring in some old cards. It is really fun to look at this list and be like, okay, oh wait, I can actually see how this card fits into this deck moving forward, but also now goes into this deck that we used to see before rotations.
Yeah. But do you know what? I'm excited to come back out. My red ladies.
Your red ladies,
My red ladies. Because Medusa can handle most of this deck.
We hate it. All right, sorry. We got to pull up another deck list from Bordeaux. We want this link. And this link goes here. And hopefully you don't have major flash. Okay, so we see for top, we don't have top 4 here listed. We have first and second place. So first and second place. First place being our Amethyst Steel, and second place being our Control Sapphire Emerald, Emerald Sapphire, whichever order you want to put that in. So let's take a look and see what we were playing in this. All right, so we were on Christopher Robin's and Pocahontas's in this build, along with the Genie, which is pretty common. This is pretty close to what I've been seeing Captain Hook refilter into the deck again. I will say, I don't love Christopher Robin, but everybody's playing him. I don't know. I think I'm probably wrong, but I did win a Tink Mat.
Whenever If I'm just at a point, you go through those phases where you just lose every die roll, and you've just accepted I'm going second every time.
He does feel good for that.
I get that. Yeah. Whenever you're at okay, you know what? I give up. I've been losing every die roll for the last month. We're gonna lean in with Christopher Robin because I've accepted my fate.
And that's very fair. The only thing I will say is, I ended up playing a mirror in my Set Champs game, and it was a list very similar to this against the list that I was playing. And these Christopher Robins came in late game, and they felt really, really bad because they quest for 2, but at that point I had board control, and my opponent needed stuff to manage my board. And Christopher Robin ain't it.
Yeah. That's why I really like my Amethyst Steel list with my big tanks.
Your big tank
it's very fun into the mirror, and against dogs specifically. I just didn't want to lose to dogs, but
once again, pick a deck you don't want to lose to.
Yeah,
and you're good.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? It was 11 o'clock the night before, and I was like, you know what? I just don't want to lose to dogs. I've been playing dogs. I've been prepping with dogs, and you know what? I know of a few other people that are also bringing dogs, and if I'm going to end up playing a mirror match all day, I'd rather it be this one.
And then we see here with the Emerald Sapphire deck, a pretty traditional Prince Philip list. What's interesting here is we not only see the 9-drop Prince Philip, but we also see the 7-drop, which is not a shift card.
Yeah.
So this is super, this is an interesting build. It also has a little bit of the detective package tossed in for some spice. So this is a bit of a spicier list. Yeah. And if I liked this deck, I think this would be fun. But there's a lot of Sapphire cards in here, and we know my feelings on Sapphire cards.
Yeah. The Judy Hopps is the main reason I'd be like, okay, I'll play it. The detective build of Sapphire Emerald with all of the detectives, so lots of Judy Hopps, is very fun and is actually very viable. Like, I don't know if it would be viable in a CCQ, but like if you're going to League weekly and going to like a medium size to smaller tournament, so Set Champs or something similar. Fun. It definitely is a deck that you could take. And someone mentioned in chat, Fairy Queen Tink Detective Steel was evil. Yeah, Detectives is a very interesting. It can be paired up in a couple different ink colors, and it is a little bit of a wild card if not managed well. I dislike this deck on a personal level, mainly because I got Ink Geyser 3 times in a game, and it burned me for life. There's no Ink Geysers in here, so I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot.
You're safe. Tonight, on the ICL, I casted a game for a Steel Emerald deck that was still running the Prince Philip combo, but was also running the Maui Dual Ink. That when you banish Maui, you get to choose from 3 different things. You can banish all items, banish all locations, or put 2 damage on all opposing characters. So it's a great combo with the Prince Philip, because it's like, oh, okay, if you have Malicious, Mean, and Scary, that's great with Prince Philip. But if you don't, and you have Maui out on the board, it's whenever he's banished. So it's a great card with Prince Philip in that color pairing. As you're like, no, I don't like it. But it was really interesting build to watch, and it makes me like, I think we're kind of close to seeing Emerald Steel come back in core, particularly with some of the cards that we've seen for this next set. So Merida, the Steel Legendary, I think could be really good in that pairing. She also looks like she's going to be really good in Sapphire Steel.
I've just been itching for Big Tank with Malicious, Mean, and Scary and Prince Philip, and just, you get nothing. say gone. I say it's all gone.
It's all gone?
It's all gone. All gone.
all done.
All done.
Yeah, so that is, it was fun to see that, and it's fun when we're kind of at this point of a set where we're getting to play a little bit of spice. There was some, like, standard meta decks, but we also see some little fun spice come into the mix. What else do we have? We have a lot of, we're, like, in a bit of a lull for like the start of May.
The calm before the storm.
It's the calm before the storm, really, because I'm super excited. So next week we get into the not into the unknown. We get Wilds Unknown.
Close.
But not quite. And I am so excited. I am excited for the sealed experience or draft, depending on what your local stores do. Getting that new pre-release package.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so pumped.
I am not the biggest fan of playing sealed or draft. I like sealed more than draft because I don't like to share my cards. But because whenever I share them, I always share them to Courtney, and then I give her all the good things. So I don't share cards anymore. But I am ready I'm excited for this one just because of the new kits and all of the fun things. I'm like, ooh.
All right, sorry, I got very distracted because TFM came in with the Let's Go Gritty. And I will say, Let's Go Gritty. In this matchup, for those watching, we're talking about sports ball, hockey to be specific on which one, if any of our lovely followers are sports fans. And the Penguins and Flyers are headed into overtime for Game 6 for the playoffs. And I am not a big Penguins fan, so I choose Flyers. But above all, go Blackhawks. And now back to your regular scheduled Lorcana conversation. As Bri sits here, like, I have no clue what she's saying right now. She's talking about sports ball.
I will say with the hockey, they did a collab with an author that I really like, and they did jerseys with her. Mm-hmm. And if I had known certain people were big fans, I literally was offering to buy tickets for people to go just to get me the stuff for it, and then they could just mail it to me. And if I'd known that, I would have bought tickets for people that could have had a date night.
Yeah. I was very disappointed because Dallas Stars got a collab, but it wasn't a jersey for that game only. No. I don't know why.
Silly.
Because the
Texas Rangers did get the jersey one, so I already have tickets, and I'm getting 2 of them. I'm excited.
So we've now digressed into books and sports. So sorry.
It's because you started talking about hockey, and it made me think of the jerseys. But also, my initial thought was hockey. I follow hockey, but fictional hockey. It's very different.
Very, very different.
Very different.
But this is a Disney show, so
we don't get their tragic backstories, okay?
If we want book recommendations, let me know, and we'll share those offline.
Privately.
All right, back to Lorcana. We were talking about getting to play with the new pre-release packages. I'm excited. I'm going to need to trade people. So I'm playing in 3 events right now. So I have a sealed event Friday. I have 2 sealed events on Saturday. There are 4 postcards, right? Someone check me. And by check me, I mean, hold on. I have the official website.
We have it pulled up.
Someone said yes in chat, but I think you are correct. But we also can review. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's 4 locations that they have. So 4 of the postcards. And we have these. But do we have... I was like, I do know there's also the promos. Sorry for anyone that I'm giving whiplash to as I scroll through this website very quickly. But you get to see what I see. So, card gallery. You know what? I'm sorry, Lorcana, but your card gallery is not top tier as this one.
This one, they need to take notes. Collab.
So this is by Rarity. We do have... I need the promos is what I was looking for. So I know Ariel is a promo. Is the promo one of every color that we were seeing for what is coming in the pre-release kit? I think so. I think there's like 4 or 5 different, 4 to 6 promo cards. Oh, there we go. Ariel, Cinderella, Cruella, Pocahontas, and Queen of Hearts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different. Oh, it's gonna be such a pain.
6.
Oh, I'm missing one. Okay, it is. So it is one of every color.
Yes.
That tracks. So we'll have to figure out.
We're gonna Luckily, have to do so many.
Oh wait, I forgot. Hopefully, I will have 4 kits because I'm bringing Cameron.
There we go.
So my husband is very sweet. He is not. He likes card games. He likes games in general. But he's not.
He gets looped into Lorcana for things like this.
Yeah, he is not typically a competitive Lorcana player. Because he just likes to do fun things. So I'm excited that toys are a thing because I think that could be a fun deck. For him.
My only complaint is if it's a fun deck and then it actually ends up being really good, then Cameron's gonna be a pain in the butt because he's gonna start beating me at everything. He's gonna go and be like, haha, this is amazing.
You did not get he's in chat saying he got voluntold, and he was not voluntold. You're playing pre-release with us at Common Ground. You said you wanted to. You are going with one of your many boyfriends. We joke that one of our friends' boyfriend is also Cameron's boyfriend too. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
You have a mandate.
Yeah. And a me date.
Yeah. Lucky you.
If toys are meta, tables are gonna get run. Yeah. So I'm excited to see those come in. I'm really excited for the pre-release kits. I think that's like a very nice touch that
I've been
Lorcana
excited.
Needed something to make pre-release like next level.
Yes.
And there was also, I heard them mention on the Lorecast, I don't know if it was this past week or the week before, that on top of like depending on how many pre-release kits you ordered at a store, that they were also going to include like some booster boxes for additional pricing.
Yeah. Which is super exciting. I think I tapped. I think that was me. I fidget. Sorry.
Bri can't sit still. She also can't get. She also talks quiet.
It's. Yeah. I have.
Thank you for calling it out, though. We appreciate it.
I sit and I do this.
Okay, but don't actually do it right now.
Now they brought attention to it, so I realized I was doing it, which makes me want to do it more. My hands are going in my sleeves like gloves, so I don't have
a fidget toy for you that's silent near me.
I also don't have any silent ones. That's why I don't bring them.
Sorry, got sidetracked with.
Had too much sugar today, I think is all it is.
Yeah, probably. Because you said you had to have caffeine to keep you awake.
Yes. But I'm awake. That's why Cameron's making me drink water, guys.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Cameron.
Cameron coming in. That was loud. You can hear that one. She can't have that one. Yeah, those are nice. You can show them on stream so they can see. So they're like
magnets.
Magnetic balls that like have different texture too. So I don't know. It's a great fidget toy. You can get them off Amazon. Fairy Queen Tink, you were not the reason for the sidetrack. This is, you of all people know that this is a normal evening for us.
This is Bri's brain. taking over.
Which is totally fine.
Bri's brain on sugar. Also, side note, guys, going without sleep is really hard, and you should definitely not do that if you can help it.
If you can help it, sleep is pretty important. Sorry, I was just double checking where we're at. So I am excited to open packs next week. Does anyone have any predictions? So everybody is going to pull an Enchanted first and foremost. We know
this is
we're
set.
just putting
this is
that
the set
energy,
that we're pulling the iconic though.
We're putting but we're also putting the energy out there that everybody is gonna get an Enchanted.
Yes, the Enchanted that they want.
Yes,
we're gonna level it up. It's gonna be the one you want.
Which Enchanted and or iconic do you want to pull? You get obviously I want Merida, but what is the Enchanted that you want to pull?
Jack. Solely because it's so stinking cute.
That's pretty fair. So I definitely want to pull Merida. No questions asked about that. I do have a deal with one of our friends that if I pull Buzz and he pulls Merida, we're swapping. And also if he pulls any of the Brave Enchanteds and vice versa, I pull any of the Toy Story, we're gonna swap. The only exception, though, I said, if I pull Jessie, I have to keep her because she's really cute.
That's fair. But whenever you pull your second Jessie, you can have that one.
Yes, exactly. Because we're also going to have double Enchanted boxes. Mm-hmm. That's the energy. Everybody's going to have it. Not just us. We're not selfish.
Everyone.
Everybody's going to have double Enchanteds. There's no dead cases.
Yeah. Everyone that follows us.
Yes. If they don't follow us, though.
Dead boxes.
Dead
boxes. Cases.
Dead cases.
Damage.
I don't know. A curse on your house.
Yeah. All your sleeves will rip. I don't know.
Yeah. That feels right. Yeah. What is your favorite... oh, wait. I didn't actually say the Enchanted I wanted. I said that... Which, speaking of, let's transition back to our lovely screen here. Which... I kind of want to see... Oh, no. This doesn't let you sort by...
That's the other one.
I think we're live in Dreamboard with all these cards, too.
I believe so.
Let us... It's not filtering how I love. So, we're gonna... Wilds Unknown. Oh, wait. I clicked the wrong way. Nothing to see here. You can see, guys, how much I fidget on this website. So, promos are... Oh, wait. Hey, this will answer our promo question.
There we go.
Let's view this way. This is like, I never view. Okay, so we have Ariel as one of our pre-release promos. Mel as another. Cruella, Queen, Cindy, Pocahontas, and Lenny. Oh, no, wait. No, Lenny isn't. So it's just these six.
It's just those 6, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. We approve this message. Let's look at our Enchanteds. Okay, so yeah, the Tapestry is probably my Enchanted I want. Ooh, for the yes, those are, see, for the pre-release, I struggle because I love a good villain. I do love a good villain, and we're looking fabulous here. But also the Cinderella is super cute. And the Ariel is super cute.
I want them all, so I'm already like, well, I'm going to end up buying whichever ones I don't get. So I just hope I don't get duplicates.
Yes. Truthfully, that's kind of where I sit, too. As a collector, I would like one of each. So my goal is to not pull duplicates. And if I do pull duplicates, hope that my friends pull duplicates of the cards that I didn't pull.
Yeah, so we can trade.
So we can do tradesies. That is the hope. Taking a look, though, still at these Enchanteds. Jack is
so cute.
Very, very cute.
Also, one of my babies that at the gym that I was working at for a while, his name was Jack, and I always dressed him up like Jack, and he was the sweetest. And so I'm always like, oh, Widow Jack. I need
also,
it.
so we saw this card early on. This was like one of the earlier spoiled cards, and it was specifically the Enchanted art. Seeing the normal treatment card and understanding now that they're technically all three sisters are in different locations within like the Lorcana lore, I like this Enchanted more.
Yes.
Because it makes sense now, like, why we see the different, like, before...
Why there's so much happening.
Yeah, why there's so much happening, why it, like, looks so busy. It still falls into the, as the Lorcana team is calling it, the Lore Nouveau art style, but, like, in a very unique way, because technically there are 3 center points of the image. So, rather than focusing on one person, you have the frames around each of the characters, and I think that was a really cool way. It's a really neat art piece from this artist that did this card,
which again makes me upset that we can't just buy Lorcana art.
Yes, I would.
Come on, Disney.
I would be okay. Also, I am very excited about the giant cards that a lot of the stores got. Naturally, the store that I play League at every single week, the one week that I wasn't there. Ooh! Hey, Wonder! Thanks for the raid. I still need to fix our raid button to make sure that it actually shows your username instead of the weird command. So I will fix that eventually. But I appreciate everybody coming over from the ICL. We're super excited that you are here. Hopefully the last round of the ICL was a good one. And I am excited to see everybody from the ICL. I enjoyed casting today.
Yay. Also, an Infinity format for the big cards sounds really fun.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun. Like,
that
I'm
sounds
jealous.
Awesome. That's really cool. We have most of the stores around us will give them out as league prizing, or like raffle them off at a set champs.
Yeah.
But the local place that I play league at, we do duck races. Hello, we're great. We are vibing. We started a little late tonight because I was casting round 2 of the ICL. And now we're going through, we kind of talked through, I've been playtesting a good amount of Infinity this week. Now we were talking about what cards we want to pull, which then turned into what art is really cool on some of these Enchanted. So, you know, the norm. You got to appreciate all the Enchanteds, all the shiny cards. We were saying, which it's a good place to bring this up now. So 2 things. One, we said that all of our followers are going to have amazing boxes or cases if you're fortunate enough to be able to buy a case of Lorcana this set. Your cases are going to have multiple Enchanteds, and maybe even an Iconic if you follow us.
Yeah, only if you follow, though.
But
if you don't follow, you're
us,
cursed.
It's a dead case if you don't follow us.
Yeah.
And so you asked the question of what deck colors do I prefer. So currently in core for set 11, I have been playing Amethyst Steel. That is been a deck or an ink combo that I have loved for quite some time. But now that we get to have multiple cards come back into the fold with Infinity, I am back to my one true love, which is Steel Song. Bri,
we hate it.
Bri hates Steel Song, but
it.
that's because myself and her husband play it, so she has to play against it a lot.
Constantly.
What is your current deck combo, and what are you excited to play in Infinity?
Core, I've been on Amethyst Steel also, I feel like, for a bit. Mostly because I feel like you play test with it enough that I'm like, I know the deck well enough where I was comfortable, where I was like, I know this deck, where I can easily just grab it and I'm like, okay, I know the lines, I know what to do. But I was also playing a lot of Dogs because Dogs is fun. But then for Infinity, I get really excited and want to play all the cards. Where my heart wants to play Amber Amethyst because fun.
It's fun, yeah.
But also, I don't like losing. So, I can't rely on Amethyst Amber entirely. So there's too many options.
Yes,
at this
there
point
are too many
where I'm
fun
like,
decks, which is one of the reasons I'm excited. And as like we get these set 12 cards into the mix, it makes some of the decks even more viable. It brings in some decks that previously weren't as strong before rotations. It makes them equally as strong as some of the pre-rotation decks. So it's a wild adventure.
I'm also at a point where I see so many new cards that I'm like, you know what, you're just going to catch me in Ruby something just so I can play Medusa to get rid of all these things.
This Kita card, I don't know if this Kita card is great, but the art on this Enchanted is fantastic. So I think we were going to talk about what epics.
Now the
next,
epics.
Which we would like to pull.
But it's okay because our followers and subscribers are going to open all of them in their box.
Yes. So you
don't have to worry about which
open,
one because you're going to get all of them as long as you follow us.
At least 2 in each of your boxes. Also, I want to be very transparent. I control nothing with your boxes.
No. We're going off.
We're just putting good vibes into the world so that hopefully our boxes are good as well.
Yes. You put good vibes out, good vibes come back. That's how it works.
Oh boy. You're testing my commands, and I don't know if they work. I don't know. So here's hoping. I know we don't have a Discord for Enchanted Chatter because that's one thing I would have to manage besides OBS, and I barely keep OBS alive. But we are.
I was like, I don't even know how to use my own Discord. Courtney sends me things on Discord.
Yes.
But I mean, technically, we have a thing. We just haven't used it.
No, and
so
one day maybe we'll set it up.
It's the two of us in there.
We have Instagram, and we are active on Instagram.
Yes.
We are semi-active on Twitter, but Instagram is like our main platform besides YouTube and Twitch that we're most active on. And you will find us here every single Wednesday.
Yes.
Occasionally we take a break. But for the most part,
typically if
we're hanging out here.
Typically something is happening with Courtney and I don't know how to use the system. That's typically when we're going to be off.
Or we're off because of an actual Lorcana event that we're prepping for. We also talked about, so we have entered year 2 of content creation, and we are trying to get more content out there. But we both have full-time jobs. Bri is a full-time mom. I am a full-time dog mom and have a real job, I guess. Kind of. Is it real?
Technically, we both have real jobs.
Oh, yes.
And we have that.
Yes.
But your job is a lot more time-consuming.
Yes, it is a real 9-to-5 job, I should say.
My mom job is my primary job. That is 24/7.
Yes,
and then I also have a secondary job.
Yeah.
And then Lorcana.
Yeah. So
life is fun. But it's okay. You follow, you like, you get all the fun things.
I wish I could be a full-time stay-at-home dog mom.
I did that for a while, and it was so glorious. It was wonderful. I was reminiscing about it earlier today, actually. Man.
Yeah, because
I got to work out all the time. And
dog moms aren't as... It's not as chaotic dealing with dogs.
Dogs sleep.
Yeah, dogs sleep. Kids don't sleep. Bri has realized that.
My husband's goal in life is to be a stay-at-home dog mom also.
So I should say, we have lots of people tuning in that don't or have not in the past tuned into Enchanted Chatter. So first and foremost, who are we? I'm Courtney.
I'm Bri.
We started this channel because I was on a women's roundtable over with Liam and Aaron on their channel and with a couple other wonderful women. And we were talking about ways that we can get women more involved in Lorcana and TCGs in general. And I kept thinking to myself, hey, I can do a bunch of those things. And one thing about me is if I realize I can do something and I think about it long enough, I realize I have to do it, because who else is going to do it? If I think I can do it, might as well do it. So our goal is that you see us normalizing being in a TCG space, so women in general, and that makes you feel more comfortable to play Lorcana, because Lorcana is a wonderful community full of wonderful people that are much more welcoming than some other trading card games. And we hang out here every Wednesday night. We'll talk about what Lorcana news is happening, what events we've played in, what events have happened over the week. And we also just kind of gab, as you can tell. We gab a lot. We're both big Disney fans in general. And we also try to bring on other female and non-binary members of the community to spotlight them and give them more representation in the space. So I semi want to put her on the spot because we keep trying to schedule and our schedules haven't totally meshed. But I think Katie from Lore Keepers Inn will be joining us, if not next week, some week soon, because we've been trying to get our schedules to align. So I'm excited to have her on here. But we really try to get anyone from, even if you are just a player, if you want to come on and hang out with us. We joke that our vibe is just hanging out with your girlfriends at a sleepover and talking about one of your favorite hobbies. So please reach out. You can reach out to us through Instagram or through, I am on like all of the Discords. So it's Courtney pretty much everywhere. And if you find me and shoot me a message, we'd love to have you on and give you a minute to talk about your Lorcana journey and really anything, what events are happening. We love having friends.
I'm also in all of the things as EC Bri for everything. But I also have a 2-year-old. And so if you need a quick response, Courtney's probably your best option. If you are like, hey, whenever is cool with me, feel free to message me.
Yeah, I live on social media a little too much. And checkers.
You'll catch me. I'll be checking my phone in between slide rides at the park.
Yes. So
and it's been raining, so there hasn't been any park. So
no,
that kind of tells you how often I've been checking my phone.
Which, speaking of, so we are located in Fort Worth, Texas. Bri technically doesn't live in Fort Worth anymore. You live in the boonies.
Yeah, technically I'm in Dallas, which is rough for all of us.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm looped into Dallas.
Oh, gross. We love our Dallas friends. Also, I have zero, like, I don't care what, like, there's a lot of beef in Texas between cities. But
specifically Fort Worth and Dallas.
Yeah,
there's a lot of beef.
I'm from Chicago, so I don't understand it, and I claim Chicago. I don't claim any piece of Texas.
I was literally asked this the other day of what I preferred of Dallas or Fort Worth, and I was like, it really kind of depends on the context. If you're talking about food, I'm gonna go Dallas. Sorry. I was like, I feel like there's more of a variety of options in Dallas, and I
visited Dallas once.
I was scalded. It was not the correct answer for the crowd.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was like, oof. Well,
and somebody in chat asked me to define the boonies. I want to be clear. I am from a city, so anything outside of like a city proper, I will define as the boonies. But I also have family from the middle of nowhere, Illinois. So,
yeah, I'm not actually in the boonies.
Yeah, she's not.
I'm in. Like, kind of, I mean, the closest gas station is like 5 to 10 minutes away. So that's close-ish to boonies, but the closest grocery store is 20 minutes away. Yeah. So, you know.
But a great thing that Bri and I are a part of here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is DCI.
DCI, baby!
This summer will be passionate. One of, yeah, we don't like Diet Coke at all.
This is actually water. Thank you, Cameron.
We will be helping out with the DCI CCQ. And there are only 2 spots left. So if you haven't registered, go out. You could pay 1 single pack, 12-pack of Diet Coke.
For a CCQ.
To win a CCQ and get your spot at Continentals.
That's wild.
Which is just absolutely wild, and I love that. Also, not only... Yeah, it's a $7 to play in a CCQ. You get pack per win. So honestly, you win 2 rounds, it's value.
Plus, also, there's raffles. They give away things that are donated. Like, last time, they raffled away an Iconic.
I will say, you do have to pay for the raffle.
True,
the raffle is the main way that the organizers basically get back the money that they spend to put on the event.
At least some of it.
It isn't.
Raffles, and then they will supply, there's, like, obviously, like, drinks, snacks, things there. That's the only way they attempt to make any sort of money back.
Yes, it is the Diet Coke tourney, but...
Is the DCI.
It is the DCI CCQ.
DCI, officially named the DCI CCQ, if you look at Arby's page.
Yeah, and I think they still have the wrong... Yeah, it is in no way sponsored by Coke, but if they want to sponsor
want to, we're not going to be mad about that.
We would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Gotta get that on their radar. Come on, just partner with Disney. You already have the Disney stuff at the Disney World. Yeah. So, I mean, you might as well just ship some of it here.
It would be great. So that's a little bit about us. Before you all joined, we did walk through the events this weekend and kind of Lorcana news, and we were just gabbing about cards that we want to pull.
Yeah.
And I think, so we typically, particularly when we don't have guests, we try to keep the show to an hour because we know most women have a lot going on in their life. And obviously, guys do as well, and we love that guys tune in as well. But we try to condense everything to an hour and a half. Next week, we will also probably be streaming a few extra nights with the release. We will probably open some cards live on here. I also am in talks with one of our local game stores to maybe cast from the game store their event, and you'll get to see some sealed played live, but I have to work out all the details for that. But I am super excited that you all joined and appreciate once again the raid from the ICL. We're big ICL fans here at Enchanted Chatter, and hopefully we will see you. Obviously, we'll be at Indy. But then hopefully you guys just come back every Wednesday night and hang out with us because we're
see our lovely faces.
But we appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight, and we will talk to you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.